Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Great Discovery special training for this Wednesday evening. It's going to be an amazing training. What we do on these sessions is we go from a variety of topics. Sometimes it's on marketing, sometimes it's on creation, learning, all types of different things. It's pretty incredible, the spectrum of material. If you miss any of these trainings, they're available in your video archive. So you can go in and check on it. There's a whole host of presentations, trainings on AI and course creation and just about everything else that you can imagine right there at your fingertips. Well, tonight we've got a fantastic training for you. This is going to be with Dr. Crystal Gifford. Dr. Gifford is probably, from what I've seen, one of the premier experts in the world when it comes to creating digital content, not that just gives great information, but that actually sells. That's sort of a cool thing. It's a big benefit putting your content up where people don't buy it or they don't engage all the way through it or don't complete it. It's almost like kind of a waste of time. And so taking just a little bit of time to jot down these notes, share this replay with other people around the world, and you're going to help them and help yourself as well. So with no further ado, I want to turn it over to Dr. Crystal Gifford. Grab your pen, take some notes. You're going to love this. Doc, it's all yours.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. It's always great to be here on the Great Discovery Campus. And we always have eager learners, and everyone in the room is just top notch. Whether I've been at virtual events with you or live events, it has been a pleasure. So thank you for coming out tonight, for joining us. I see you, Dr. Herbert, and thank you for joining us, even if you are having your popcorn, and it's okay if you have popcorn on this class. And Raymond and Joyce and Ann and Casey, I see you. And also coming in, we have David and John and Ron. So thank you all so much for turning out today. I want to first and foremost invite you, and I'm going to pop up this chat just so I also see it. So I want to invite you that this is a conversation tonight. So rather than this coming in and I'm going to talk at you for, a lot of times we do a speech, we do a talk, we're sharing, and, in the 30 minutes that we have together. And for those of you who have to leave at the exact 8:30 mark, I'm going to say just, go ahead and do that. If you have any questions, just throw them in the chat and I'll answer them as we go. I am going to take that extra 5 minutes for questions at the end. So I will wrap up before 8:30 so that we can keep going. But I want to stay open for that extra 5 minutes for those of you. We got a little bit of a later start. So I just want to start with, I haven't met all of you before. So I wanted to just share with you a little bit about who I am and why I'm here. I have over 25 years of development in curriculum. I was a university professor teaching money, teaching finance, economics, and I found it wasn't effective in the way it was being done. So it mattered to me, and I took that path. I actually never got a degree in education. My degrees are in economics and finance and business. So what happened for me is through the necessity of building courses, I found that I had this knack for understanding what is it that causes the learner to learn. And I really became a specialist, not so much in any specific content, although I had a finance specialty and an economic specialty. I became more of a specialist in transfer of knowledge. And so that's why we're here today talking about building your course. How do you get it to market? And I want to just offer you for the evening a chance to go with me, and I'm going to share a little bit of screen with you. And that is so that you can follow along and see, really what we're trying to do here. So first of all, I want to say welcome. This is a little nugget. Usually my workshop classes are 90 minutes. So you're going to get a little tiny taste tonight of what that workshop typically is like. So when we join in and when we jump into the course catalyst, then we have to think about what we're going to achieve. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the course catalyst so that you can understand what you can do with your courses. Some of you will build a course and your course will be a DIY. You'll finish the complete course. People will buy it. They'll do it on their own. And if they feel drawn to your work, they might reach back out and they ask for the next level. If it's built effectively, even a DIY course can become your best salesperson. So that's one of the things that we do with the Course Catalyst is how do you make your course your best salesperson? And why would that even matter? Would be because you've got to take your course, make it personal. Why do we care about all this? If we can make the course personal and create a shared experience, we get engagement. People, if they can apply it right now in their lives, they will engage. And then if they perceive you're offering value, they're going to continue to engage and continue to come back. So because of that, as if you attended the training before, you might have seen some of these. We talked about choosing your thing, crafting the customer journey, and implement systems that sell. And I talked more the last time about this crafting the customer journey. So I just want to give a brief reminder. And if you didn't see that training, I encourage you to go back. I believe that recording is available. So go back and grab that. So we talk about what are the 6 elements that need to be inside your course if you want your course to convert for you. That means that not only does someone buy your course, but they keep taking your course, they keep finishing the modules, and along the way, you are leading them to the next level that you can provide for them, whatever that is. And so you're identifying that in the course. But before we can get to that, and often when someone comes into my course Catalyst, what we do now, the way you can structure your course, you can do a DIY, like I mentioned. You can do a live class. And I just launched the live class, which is actually 6 weeks worth. And we're in week 2 of that. And it's 6 weeks, and we come together for 90 minutes every week for 6 weeks. And in that time, your course is done. This is not a teaching course, it's a workshop course. But now the only thing available, because I'm finished launching that version of the course for summer, the only version of my course I'm now offering is the 2-day course. And what does that mean? The same thing you would do in 6 weeks over 90 minutes once a week. We come together for 2 days. We do it all right away. Boom, 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 boom. Do it all, finish it. And you walk away at the end of 2 days with a completely finished course and a buy button. So people can actually click buy and buy your course. Now, if you're putting that on the Great Discovery, you've submitted it to have a buy button. So it may not show up day 2, the buy button, but you've done the work. And you will, after you get approvals, get that buy button. So that's what we're doing in those 2 days. So I say that to you to help you first and foremost see that you can do your course however you want. Do you build it first and then sell it? Great. Do you build out the structure of it, sell it, and then build it after people buy? Even better. Because as Tim mentioned, one of the things that I focus on is building courses that sell. And if I can take 2 minutes and share with you why I do it that way, my very, very first. Now, I've been an entrepreneur and a professor since 1999. So I was always looking to do that extra workshop, that extra thing. Even on campus as a professor, I would bring extra, like the entrepreneurial type workshops. And I remember my very first one, and I was so proud of it. And I worked so hard. And then on my shelf at home, I'm traveling now, but on my shelf at home, I even have the binder that I keep it to remind myself that no matter how much you don't know, just start. Because, and I want to say this for some of you, because some of you have been playing around with your journey as a content creator and you're swirling perhaps in, and again, go back to that presentation if you didn't catch this piece, but maybe you're swirling between I have an idea, but I don't know. I don't know which parts are important. Or I have an idea and I kind of sort of built it, but it's not finished and the tech isn't right, so I'm not ready to launch. Or I put my whole course out there, but I didn't tell a soul, right? So wherever you are in that journey, if you're looking to go past that step, I want to invite you as we go through this evening to take the commitment. Even if it's wrong, even if it's not ideal, even if you're not sure what you're doing, just commit and say yes to yourself and put your course out there. You're already here in the Great Discovery ecosystem, which tells me you already have a platform. So you don't have to figure that part out. You get to just jump right in and put your course. So do it, put it out there, be imperfect because and this is this is going to solidify this for you guys. My very first course was called Survive the Season. Woo, that sounds exciting, doesn't it? Survive. Like it's like, oh. And looking back, I laugh at myself and it's so cute. And I'm like, oh, you're so cute. I just look at my former self and say, you were so cute with your big ideas. And it gets better. I had 6 workshops, and one of them was called capital budgeting, and another one was called taxes, understanding taxes, and another one was called budgeting. And so you can already feel, right? And this is, people don't usually want to look at their money. And I'm saying the word budget twice in my workshops. What is even capital budgeting and why would I want to know it? And so I didn't give any context to the learner. And I say that with you now, and I want you to take a look. So we're going to take in a moment, if you've already gotten a course, you're going to take a look at the title, the modules that you've set up. If you haven't gotten a course, we're going to just look at what you've been thinking. And so, in fact, if you can just take your course, go ahead and go to your page
Dr.
while you're,
Crystal,
yeah.
by the way, I'm not sure if you know, but your screen is showing, it's not showing in display mode. I don't know if that was the intent or not.
Oh, we're not sharing?
You're sharing, but you're not showing in display mode. It's showing the thumbnails. There you go.
Ah, better. Okay.
I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. I'll edit that out and then
No,
replay.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. It's good to have feedback on both sides. That's why this is a conversation, right? So thank you for that. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now is you're going to take out, I'm going to just skip some of this here that we don't need. So you're going to take out your own course, whatever you've been thinking about building. And if you're here, I know that you at least at a minimum have an idea for a course. You've been thinking about an idea, you've been wanting to do it. And just look at the title. What is the title? And I want to ask, and even if you're taking notes, write the words, who cares? Yes, we're going to be hard on ourselves. Who cares? And so now we're taking the title of our course, we're taking the modules that we have in our course. Who cares? And remember, I said to make it personal. Well, if you haven't made this about them, you have not built a course. You've built a nice little library that maybe someday someone will reference that's super curious about your topic, but you haven't created the dynamics of the topic. So that's what we're really working on today together is how do we get the course to sound and feel attractive to your learner? So instead of, so I want you to shout this out if you want, if you'd like to shout it out or put it in the chat. Instead of capital budgeting, if you know what capital budgeting is, what could have I used instead? What does capital budgeting do? I could think about that. Well, capital budgeting is a set of tools that help you get some numbers that do what? Oh, they help you make a decision about potential investments that you might make for your company. Should you invest in this marketing strategy or should you invest in an employee? That might be some questions you have, right? As an employer. So what I could have said instead of capital budgeting as a topic is how to make profitable decisions or how to make powerful decisions or how to make good decisions, right? So how would I know that? I would tap into my audience. What do they need? So instead of capital budgeting, which nobody knows what it is or cares, and listen, I know your course is so good and so important. And if everyone could just get this, and if they could just see it, they would know and it would change their lives. And I believe you. I honestly believe you. If that's how you feel about your course, I believe you. The question is, how do we get them to see that? And so we make it about them. And if one of the 6th step in my course creator's journey, or sorry, in my course that converts, is about championing. So if you can turn your audience member, your course, your learner into the champion, they will become a champion for your course. Because now they're like, look at me, I'm the hero now, and I get to do this, and I'm so amazing. And then they go out and say, oh my God, you've got to try Joyce's course. It made me amazing. I'm now a hero, right? So when we're creating a story, we're making that personal and giving them engagement. So ask yourself with your course, your title and your modules, who cares? And if we had, an hour together tonight, I would even have you shout this out, like, who cares? And what's your course? So I'm going to have one of you do this as a model. And this is what we do actually in our workshops. Everyone in the class comes up and they share, and the class as a whole will help them. Anyone want to volunteer? Let's see if we have any hands raised up here. And it's okay if no one does. I'll continue to use myself as well. That's okay.
So bringing the softer side of the Prince of Darkness is like sharing.
Wait a minute. I'm going to stop sharing so I can hear. Let's see. Who's talking? I hear somebody.
Um,
Oh,
this is Dr. Janet. I will if you want.
sure, Dr. Janet.
I
Go ahead.
actually my course is right after you at 9 o'clock.
Amazing.
So I need some pointers. So
Amazing. Yes.
yeah.
So what's the the title of your course?
It's mitochondrial dysfunction.
Okay, great. I don't care. Right. And I say that with all the love in my heart.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I actually do know what that's about, so I care a little bit more than I am playing. But I don't know what that is, right? I don't
Right.
know what mitochondrial dysfunction is. I don't know why it would matter to me. I don't know unless I've been literally at a doctor finding out I have a problem, I probably don't know. So let me ask you this, Dr. Janet. Why would I want to know about mitochondrial dysfunction?
Well, every one of your cells, which there are trillions of cells, okay, in your body, has a mitochondria. And as you get older, you have less and less mitochondria. So like if you're 50 years old, you're probably have half of what you had. You're full blown when you're below 20. Okay. And so these mitochondria get diseased, and they get diseased from free radicals, which you have no control over, at all. And so you have less energy and less. And so the mitochondria is your energy powerhouse in each of your little cells.
Beautiful. So if I was, and we're going to do the fast lane version, and so don't attach to any of the words we use, but definitely listen for the intent. Okay. So, because I'm not a marketer, this is actually the piece that I had to learn in order to be able to be powerful with courses. So no attachment to the words, but let's go with the energy of this. Mitochondrial dysfunction. Hey, everybody, come and see my mitochondrial dysfunction class. It's so cool. We learn about the mitochondria. We learn about science. We learn all of that. It's like, okay, great for a tiny, tiny handful of people. But what might more people be interested in? Hey, are you feeling tired lately and you want to improve your energy? Boom. So it could be the energy booster course. And that's why
Right.
I say don't use my words, because I'm just going to give you simplicity for
Well,
now.
the course is already written, so I'm not probably going to change it, but go ahead.
That's okay. You can change the marketing of it and how you speak about it. So the course
Right.
itself is the course. It's how we get people there. So if the course, for example, is all about bringing the energy, how to add 10 years of life, 10 years of life to the energy that you go through the day. I'm interested in that. How to get through the day with more energy than the day requires, right? How to not run out of energy by 5 p.m. So these are, and again, those language, where would you find it? You would find that by a few methods. And so that's really and this is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Janet, for sharing this. And then inside the modules, you're going to do the same thing. Okay, first module is what are the mitochondria? No, it's learning how energy works.
Mhm.
Now it's again connecting to me because I have that need, right, for energy. I have that desire to get more done or to be more focused. And so you really want to find out what those people are. And Dr. Herbert, I see you. We're going to go to you next. And so when you're doing your course, you want to talk about the energy that they're going to gain, not the mitochondria until you're inside of it. Then you say, oh, by the way you get that energy is there's this thing, the powerhouse of the body. It's called mitochondria. And we're going to show you how to increase that. Now my nerd science brain is like, tell me more because it's about me.
Right.
Right. And so,
And you
yes,
have to make it about them. Everything you do, even in general life, it's all be a good listener, right?
exactly. And as soon as I know that what I really, really want, which is energy, is related to this mitochondria thing that you just introduced me to, now I'm leaning into mitochondria, right?
Mhm.
So that's perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. That was a perfect example of something we are technical in our stuff, right? We know it, but the audience doesn't have that language. What is their language?
And they don't know how important mitochondria is to their
Exactly.
whole
But they
being.
do know that they want energy, and they do know that they are tired of running out of resources.
Well, and look how much coffee people drink, things like that. They're trying to get that boost all the time.
Exactly. So perfect. So when you speak of your course tonight, and especially if you're making an invitation to your course, I want you to really point out the benefits they get, not the mitochondria. That's just the path. And so this is the key piece. There's what they get, what's the change or the outcome that happens in their lives. That's what matters. What your process is, and this is where we as teachers, we get caught up in our process, and we love our process, and our process is so powerful, and it is, but people don't get bought into the process until they've seen the results or the potential results. So thank you so much for that, Dr. Janet. And Dr. Herbert, you're muted.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
when I saw your title, Dr. Janet, I'm probably one of the 7 people in the county who knows about mitochondria, and I've been taking a mitochondria supplement for the last 10 years. And so my marketing program for the product is how to live longer, have more energy, and know where your keys are.
Well, and I do have a product that's linked to the course.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it
But
may not be what you're taking, but
yeah,
it's the
but
powerhouse.
but when I saw your title, I'm like, okay, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I was just sharing that as an example of same
No, that's
topic,
really good.
just
And
different title. Yeah.
you're such a master at so many things. I mean, we met years ago, you and I, through Pro Tandem, actually,
Yes. Yes.
years and years and years ago. It was probably 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so as you can see, someone who already is leaning into that topic would be drawn to that. And so it's not making the topic wrong. It's just when you're trying to pull the people in who haven't been trained yet, they don't know your process yet. Using process language is real. And again, I say that all of this because I had to learn this as a course creator. Using process language doesn't help them get there. That's what they don't want. I don't want to be on a diet. I do want to have a healthier body. I don't want to have the pain of lifting at the gym. I do want stronger muscles. So if we can speak to what they do want, often we will allow ourselves to back into things we didn't really want because it gives us what we do. And that's really the power of building a powerful course. So I want to arm you in the last few minutes we have together tonight. I want to arm you with a couple of tools that you can go out and actually create for yourself. One is called a survey. It's a very simple idea. And I just learned that we have some tools inside of the Great Discovery. So maybe Tim, at the end, you want to throw that out there, how they access that tool that can help you with surveys and help you with collecting data. So one of the key things you want to do is ask your people. If it's not your people, it's people in groups like you would want to be your people. So in your case, Dr. Janet, you might go out and find a group that's concerned about longevity or health or optimizing your energy. And those groups, you can say, hey, I have some questions. Is anyone willing to take my survey? Now you're going to ask people what they think. And when you do that, that's to gather their language. Then you put their language back in their face when you're saying, hey, I want to come join my course. They told you already what to say. And so now, and there's a tendency to think, oh, but I have to do it this way. I was an economist and I worked with other economics professors, and they want to use all the big words and they want to sound smart. And I'm like, that's great, but that doesn't help our students. And so I'm over here going, okay, if you have this tool, let's call it shoes. And like I don't want to use the technical things. I want to use the things that bring it down to their level. And then I get students who at the end of an economics class with me go, man, I might major in this. Why? Because it made sense to them. They may never major in it because beyond me, they probably have to learn all those terms. But to get touching something, to get new and involved in something new, we need it to be delivered in a familiar pace. It's like the sugar that makes the medicine go down, right? It's like, here's your sugar. I know you want energy. And so that's what we do. So the tools are first and foremost surveys. Do surveys. Ask, ask, ask. You do not know if you do not ask. They will tell you their language. They will have an open-end question in your survey where you give them a chance to even speak to you in words for those who do that. That's one way. Another one, and this is one of my favorites that I use to attract. So there's the asking people that you already have access to. That's fun. But what about attracting people that you don't yet have the access? You can't reach them yet, right? They haven't found you. They're not interested. They're not leaning in to mitochondria. How do I find them? And that is through quizzes. This can be a great lead funnel, lead magnet for you because people, what do we love the most? Let me just ask this. Who knows the number one word that makes people feel the most joy, the most something? Like what's it, everyone's favorite word is what? Does anyone know?
Happy?
Oh, I love that word. But I don't think everyone loves that word. Some people get triggered. This is a trick question. It's their own name.
Well, of course.
Mm.
That's right.
Your own name. So even if you're having, this is a leg up move, but those of you who are selling one-on-one and private services, use their name on that call, right? So use their name. People love to hear their names. Well, what does that mean? We also love when people tell me about me. Why do people go to psychics when they already know the answer? Tell me about me. Tell me more about me. So if you can offer a quiz that helps someone know about them more within your realm. So in your case, Dr. Janet, are you sabotaging your own energy? I want to know if I'm sabotaging my own energy right now, and I'll take that quiz. And so little quizzes are ways to get to the people who you haven't reached yet. So I think a lot of times we say survey them, but then your survey, we did a survey, you guys, for the Great Discovery. 45 of you reached out and answered the survey. But when it came time to respond again, many people didn't even respond to my email. And why? Because they were responding to the survey. They were already in our group, right? But we didn't go out and reach new people, or I specifically, let me say I did not go out and ask new people because a survey is about asking the people you already have. Now, if I want to get more people here, I create a survey or a quiz, which I actually did. I have a quiz that's like, are you ready to invest in building your course? For example, it's asking you, do you have an audience already? Do you have a budget for this? Do you have a plan? Do you know where it's going to go? We're asking you these things so you can know if it's time or if you're not there yet. I made that quiz so that I can reach out to new people who might be wanting to build a course. And they see that quiz, and because it's about them, they'll take the quiz. Now I have a lead. And I can email them and tell them about my course and not tell them my process, but tell them my benefits and how we do it. Right. And think about it like this. And this is a general rule of thumb. And I'm going to wrap up here and take questions. 80-20, like everything else in life. 80% of what you speak to them about the course should be the outcome. What will they achieve? How will they be different? What will be better about their lives? Who around them will benefit? What are the externality benefits? Like even, you'll even sleep better, even though that's not what we're doing, right? Like if you have a better course and it's paying you better, wouldn't you sleep a little better knowing people are buying your course and you can just wake up in the morning and do what you want instead of figuring out how to make money? That could be powerful. So you're speaking to those things. So use your quizzes with intention to be outreach and let people find out about themselves. And then that becomes the lead magnet that says, oh, it turns out you are a little bit sabotaging your energy. Come join my mitochondria course so that you can learn. And then am I telling them you can learn that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? No. I'm telling them so you can learn how to have more energy, how to sleep better, how to get more done, whatever those factors are that you've identified from the surveys. And so really the survey feeds the language goes in and helps the marketing for the quiz draws them in, and then we can market the course. And then inside the course, just for those of you who did not hear the original training, the purpose of your course is not to teach, it is to take people on a journey. And in that journey, they sometimes are going to need tools. Dr. Janet, a supplement that might be inside the course, right? So they're going to need tools to finish the journey. And it is in service to your people to add those tools along the journey. Think of this like a video game as you go through it turns out in level 2, you find this hammer thing that you're going to carry with you that in level 3 helps you beat the giant. That's what your course needs to do as well. We're carrying on that continuation. But in order to reach them, which is what our training is about tonight, we want to ask those we have access to, survey, and then we want to give a quiz to those we don't and say, come into my place. I can tell you where to go and how to be successful. All right, cool. So that is really the training I had available for you guys tonight. We're 5 minutes over, so thank you for sticking with us. Opening now for questions and anything that you would like to ask before we wrap up this call. And Tim, maybe you'll tell us how they can get that survey tool.
Yeah, absolutely, Crystal. I have a question on this. You know, when you're putting a course, do you have any like magic trick to getting people to actually complete and at the end of your course and sign off and get their certification if you're offering a certification? What's your re-engagement tricks to kind of, if you have a multi-segmented course, not just one reel, but different exams and things that they're going through a full curriculum on a system? Do you have any magic, any hot tips on just how to keep people engaged all the way through the end?
I have a trick. I mean, I basically borrowed this from the film industry, to be clear. I don't reinvent things. I look and go, oh, that would work. And number one is you've got to keep them active. Like it's got to feel like, oh, I did so much with that little bit that I want to see what's next. So part of it is action, action, action. If every module of the course causes them to do something, create something, grow in some kind of way, there's a natural tendency to want more. But here's the real trick. If there's any trick, it's borrowed from the film industry, which is every module ends with a hook for what's next. So you never really finish a module with a sense of completion. You finish a module by setting up what's coming. And when you set up what's coming, now that have any writers in the room? I used to sit when I would have like, I don't know what to write. I can't get it out. I would open a Word document and write the words, hi, this is my blank document available for me to write at any time or what, like I would just start writing words, just words on a page. Sometimes in the moment I had it. Sometimes I could get as far as an outline. Sometimes all I could do was open the page. But because the page is open, next time I come back to my laptop, oops, oh yeah, I was going to do that. And I write it. It's kind of like that with the care. I call this continuation in our 6 points that make a course convert. Every module has a clear sense of what's next and a continuation so that you never are left finished. If you leave them at the end of a module with a sense of finished, you're toast. Think about it. Then now think about your favorite Netflix show. What did they do to you that you cannot stop? And now it's 4 a.m. You don't know why. You needed to go to bed by 11. You have to get up at 7, but you still stayed up till 4. Why? Because that's something they do right at the end of every episode. Hooks you back over.
Right, hit the crescendo, and I hate Netflix for that. Darn it! So
They will get you. And that's what you've got to think. The things that we get annoyed by other people doing to us, it's because it works. And we're only annoyed because they're like, oh, they got me, right? But really, if you get somebody to do the next module and get the next level of advancement and get that outcome that you've promised, how powerful is that? So I will tell people right up front, I'm going to manipulate you now, but it's for your good. So just own that, right? I'm right now, I'm going to manipulate you into getting this done. And the reason just to give you an insight of that, the reason I changed my course from doing 6 weeks, I offered one more last go of that. And I'm done now. It's only a 2-day course, 3 days if you want our team to build, but you don't even have to be involved in the 3rd day. We do it for you, finish, and then you sign off. So we do a 2-day to 3-day build now because they're not going, in the course building process, there's a lot of easy, like, oh, I finished that video, I'm done. And so people don't come back. And I was like, I'm not here to chase anyone. So what I found is when you're ready, you commit to 2 days, we build it out, we get it done. You have your buy page, you have your marketing, you have everything ready. And all you have to now go do is shout to the mountaintops, I've got a course.
love it. Very good. Thank you so much.
And we have a question from Joyce. Go ahead, Joyce.
All right, Dr. Crystal, thank you so much. You had me at the word hook versus just putting up free courses and not getting any responses whatsoever. What would be
Right. And the thing about a free course is it's still work. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to do the course. Like people are leaning away from courses and leaning into getting stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I've changed the model of I don't offer a course now to build a course. Not like in a DIY version. I offer labs. I'm going to teach you a little bit. We're going to go in and then you're going to do it because then you walk away with it done, not with more to do. And that's where we are in the modern age of AI. We don't need to learn it, digest it, then go do it. We can learn it, do it at the same time. And I think that's what we're really getting to.
What I hear you saying is offer learning rather than just a free course.
Yeah, like for example, what is your topic?
Well, I'm not talking about a specific topic right now. I'm talking about when I go to my Facebook and I put on offering up a free course from TVG.
Right.
What would I say to get someone to say, yes, I'd like to have a free course that you're offering? Or I pick a free course. For example, Dr. Harris's free course, The 12 Laws of Success. I put that up and say, here's an offering to learn how to be successful.
Yeah, you want to speak to the benefits. So you want to say, I like a question because a question, let me ask this. Do you like the color red? That's
No,
not an
purple.
open-ended question. Every one of you decided immediately yes or no. You can't help, your brain cannot help but answer an unanswered question. So I love a question as the hook because it like if it's connected or related to me, I'm hooked. If it's not related to me, I'm not hooked, but that's okay because I wasn't going to connect anyway. So I like a big question. Um, are you struggling to find success? And that's not a powerful question, but some question like that, like, are you this? Is this happening to you? And everyone who that relates to that will look further. Now you say, I found a course or I made a course that does this, da, 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 da. And again, what are we telling them about? The process? No, we're telling them it's going to change your life in this way. It's going to give you more energy. And this is the thing that speaks to us now. One of the things I do with the Course Catalyst is we really focus on the fact of how little time we're taking to do it. The 6-week version that we just wrapped up selling, that one, 6 weeks, it's just 3 hours a week for 6 weeks. People like you tell me what I have to do to get the outcome. The smaller it is, the better. I want to remind you of this. This is a truth that I have observed for over 25 years. It has not changed. Education is the one industry that people will pay full price if they must and ask for less. Do I have to do all the modules to get there? Do I have to read all the readings? Do I have to do people want the outcome. They don't want the learning process. Learning is difficult. And only if you're a really big nerd like some of us, probably because we're course creators, do you go in for the learning's sake, right? But we're not normal. And that's, if I can say anything, if you're in this room, my apologies if this offends you, but you're probably not normal. You are probably ahead of the curve. You probably love learning more than other people. You probably are the person who would show up to the mitochondria class and say, what's that going to do? And what's that about? But the people you want to buy from you, they are normal for your industry. And so they don't just sign up for no reason because they need to see input, outcome, something they're going to get from it in order to say yes to it. And so, yeah, the hook that we're looking for is whatever speaks to your audience. And so if you have an audience of moms and you're trying to talk to them about, hey, come take Dr. Herbert's free class, you're not going to say, come take this class where you'll conquer the world. They're not trying to conquer the world. They're trying to get a little bit of peace in the day. Come take this class and learn how to be successful as a mom oh, I'm speaking to that, right? But if I'm in a group of high masculine men and I say, come learn how to be a good mom, they're like, not my problem. So it's about speaking and speaking from the questions and the outcomes to what they want. And although your course is amazing and although everything you're teaching is awesome, they don't know that yet. And that's not what hooks them. That's your candy. That's the stuff you love. So
Yeah.
how do we get them to love it? We tell them what parts are good for them.
And in my language, we call that NLP, creating rapport.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, a lot of selling is NLP, neuro linguistic programming, if anyone doesn't know what that
Yeah.
means. And
Mhm.
that's when you're just, remember when I said, I will tell someone I'm going to manipulate you now,
Yep.
and then I do it and I
Yeah.
show them how, because I
Yeah.
want you to know, not only, I don't want to manipulate you, I want to get you to your outcome. But if I have to use manipulation to get there, that's what we'll do.
Mhm.
And so that's really where I feel, I guess it got dark on me, didn't it? So that's really where that I find I get people to pay attention is like, hey, this, and I'm not a good inviter. This is not my cup of tea. I'm more of the builder. So recognizing that, I get to tap into groups and hold podcasts where other people have built an audience, because one thing I'm certain of is the value I can bring when I get there. I don't know how to get people there. But with courses, I do know what makes people say yes once you can get them to look. And if you can get them to look, which is what the Great Discovery does well, hey, everybody, we're coming together and getting all of us to look at each other's courses. And
Yeah.
that really creates value.
You're great at creating rapport with people. You use the
Thank you.
pieces called what do you see, what do you hear, what do you feel? You hit all of those. And the
Oh, thank you. I love that feedback. Thank you so much.
I'm in. So
I
thank
love it. Thank you. And if any of you are looking to take the course, I do have a course on the Great Discovery. We still have it listed at $997, and I'm keeping it there for the next couple of weeks while we do one more round of enrollments, which is for the 2-day. I'm doing 3 different sets of dates for that. So if you enroll, just reach out to me and I'll make sure that you will be able to join at 8. And that's how we're doing it from now on, is the 2-day. So if you buy that course, you'll get connected directly to me and I'll get you involved in that 2-day. I saw a question come up somewhere in the chat. Let me find
One
that.
from KC.
The name is the Course Catalyst. Thank you, Casey. And go ahead. You have a question?
Yes, my question is, how do you keep, like, if you will, the secret? And what I mean by that is the content that I would create for a course, how do you keep it to where someone doesn't walk away and say, oh, that's what the course is about. I can show you how to do that.
You make it you. You bring you to that course. And I mean, in this day and age, there's nothing that any of us could put on paper that someone couldn't get from AI. You can go on AI and find out anything. So why would I take your course? I take your course because you have a way of transmitting that knowledge to me that words on a page cannot do. You have a set of experiences that, because of your, like right now, I can talk to you about this one piece that we've talked about tonight because I did it and I did it poorly first.
Okay.
So it's, go ahead and copy me. At the end of the day, can you take someone on the journey I can take them? No. And if you can, from using just the words on my page, take someone and get them to an outcome, that person was almost there anyway, and that's okay. And they're probably not my client. So really just leaning into not having scarcity. Now, that doesn't mean don't protect yourself. Do your trade. I have a product right now that I'm trying to figure out how, when I put it out to market, do I protect it? Because it will be a
Right.
fast for copycats. And so how do I have the trademark filed, I have copyrights filed, but is there anything else? And I'm looking to do that. So I would say, just really make sure that your course is rich with experiences, rich with stories, things that you bring that's your special sauce. And then even if someone copies it, which they could go on the internet and do anyway and just create with AI, they cannot bring you. They cannot be who you are with that. And if someone wants to go with the copycat cheap version, you get what you pay for, right? That's how it goes.
All right.
And but yes, protect yourself legally from, well, you can use copyrights and things like that. If it is legitimately your intellectual property, then I certainly recommend doing that. And depending on the type of IP, maybe even patents, if you have working systems inside of it or something.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Crystal. That was absolutely fantastic information. Guys, this will be available both on our YouTube channel as well as the video archive on your website. Share it off with others. We're going to email this out and get it out to the rest of the team, post it on Facebook and some other places. If you want to look more into Dr. Crystal's courses and content, you'd be wise to do so. She is absolutely amazing. Just think what it'll do if you've got a freebie or a paid course up and you're not getting much click on it, or if you share it and you're not getting on there, what can you modify? Is it take a little bit of time? You can do it, and she can give you the skills that you need to do it. And doesn't take long. It's not a big thing, but if you never learned it before, you can learn by your own mistakes. We're going to help you hand from somebody that's already been through it. It seems like a way better way to me. Thank you so much, Dr. Crystal. We're going to jump over here to another session, real point. One of the things I do want to share with you all real quickly, if we can, is this, that we have on the Great Discovery, if you wanted to take advantage of some of those tools, of creating courses and content that do convert and do engage, we've got all the tools and systems to be able to allow you to do just that. Or you can get Crystal to give you hands-on and actually help you create a course all the way through. You can reach out either way. But we have an offer that's on, and there's 7 days left on this, and that's to get our Creator and Marketer Suite. It's regular $649. It's just $499 right now, and it's only until August 1st. Guys, this gives you unlimited content, unlimited translation, your content, audiobooks, ebooks, podcasts, live Zooms are available in up to 120 languages, and it costs you nothing. Optional support tools that we've got, everything from branded channels to keep your content in and have subscriptions and manage it all in one local space with Zoom translation, complete AI Genius Club, every tool, over 50 apps, everything from marketing funnels to surveys to tools to video creation to everything that you need to create powerful courses, and then a complete creator and author lab that will actually assemble it, structure it, use the psychology and tools that you wanted to make it convert all the way through. And you can do it all on your own or get guidance with that. You can get set up with that with this sale and save $150 only until August 1st. And this is going away. There's nothing like this in the world. If you are actually a creator already and you got started in phase 2 of the Great Discovery, you can get all of these new tools and upgrade your option. You may have the AI Genius Club or just the old Genius Club or no tools whatsoever. We've got them here for you. You can get it for just $99 a month in the US and $50 a month in some other countries. Powerful part is you refer 3, you get all this stuff for free. You can add it on and go. Now, coming up on August 1st, that's Friday. If you like what you saw here with Crystal, wait till you also see what happens here on this special free speaker training summit and networking event. It's going to be hosted by Aaron Loman-Jick, Steve Erickson, Danielle Burnett, as well as myself. And it's about increasing that way that you communicate, getting that message across, getting that hook. Again, it's not just written content, it's building that relationship. And this is a place that you're going to get the skills to do just that, all in one powerful session. Now, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. If you haven't registered for it, please do. Take a look at this quick little intro video and see what it's all about.
Are you ready to elevate your influence, impact, and income as a speaker or coach on a worldwide basis? Join TGD Global Marketplace's Free Speaker Training Summit on Friday, August 1st. Uncover powerful strategies to speak with confidence and sell with impact to new customers in nearly every country. Improve your ability to connect deeply with your audience and move them to action with renowned TEDx coach, Aaron Lohman-Jack. Learn from master virtual event expert Steve Erickson on how to easily create and run profitable online events, even if you are starting from zero. Refine your event selling skills and learn to increase your income on every stage with renowned event strategist Danella Burnett. Global Marketplace CEO Tim Taylor shares how to have your content promoted for you in nearly any country and language with no cost for translation. Experience live training, step-by-step speaker frameworks, and interactive networking sessions with other speakers from around the world. Learn to expand your coaching and event reach globally with interactive Zoom sessions, using real-time, two-way audio translation in most major languages. Engage with a global speaker and learner network community in up to 200 countries, and break away from your competition. It's time to transform your message and reach the entire world, all from one powerful free summit. This will be a career-changing event for you. Can you think of anyone else in your community to enter for this August 1st event? We'll see you there. Are you ready to...
If you're already enrolled as a Great Discovery creator or affiliate, you got an email that came out from me on Sunday, August 20th. You want to go back and look at that because it has your affiliate link. You can not only register yourself, but get credit for sharing to anyone that registers on there. Any offer they accept, anyone that they refer, they're in your network, whether they take a freebie that's a giveaway or anything else. It's a great way to build and reach out to other people, reach out to speaker communities. It's starting to get out all over the place. Share this. And if you do not happen to have if you're not an affiliate, I'm going to drop a link right now where you can actually register. Here's the link in the chat. There's a link right there that you can go pop in and grab that on. And lastly, if you're tired, if you're run down, this morning I got up and, I was working late watching Netflix. No, I wasn't really, but I was working real late last night. I got up and I was just run down. And I've noticed it happens more and more often. And as Dr. Harris was talking, it instantly drew on me what mitochondrial dysfunction is all about. It's like, oh, I remember that now. And so I'm going to go out and start working some supplements and other probiotics and learn from Dr. Janet Mouse, who's going to be talking about this very topic. Our new course spotlight is coming up here at the top of the hour, and tonight's session is going to be fantastic. It's about mitochondrial dysfunction, how it all works, how you can benefit for it, fighting that fatigue and boosting your natural energy from the inside out. You'll be able to learn about it right here. Now, our new course spotlights are a great way for you to get out and get your message out about your courses, about your offers. The powerful part is your session is also recorded and posted and shared everywhere. And in fact, you can actually use that as a freebie giveaway in some places. Someone accepts that little intro into your course, they're coded into your system just like that. It's another tool that you can use. If you haven't scheduled a new course spotlight, make sure that you do, and you can go up and get yours going. We got them every Monday and Wednesday evening. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my share now. I think we're pretty much up at the top of the hour. I hope you guys will stay for Dr. Janet, and we're going to be coming back to her in just a few minutes.
Tim,
So give us about 3 minutes. Yes.
your last slide you had up, you said you sent out that email August 20th. Did
Yes.
you mean July 20th?
I did mean July 20th, and I apparently told you I need my mitochondrial, respiration going here.
Oh, dude. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I sent it. I'm just kidding.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Tim.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the YouTube feed and restart it, and then we'll call up Dr. Janet. And I'm going to be co-hosting Dr. Janet. I hope you guys will stay and invite a few others real quick. Get them on. This is going to be a great session. Be right back, everybody.